Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs, and it's that time of the year where we rate and rank the home jerseys for 2026. Both divisions, there's 18 home jerseys to rank this season. It looks like UCD haven't got a new home one coming out, and Brave Wanderers kept their home jersey from last season. So remember, this is my opinion, guys. Your opinion may differ from mine, and that's fine. Absolutely fine. I just give my opinion whether I like the jersey or not, irrespective of the clubs involved. It doesn't matter. But interesting, last year, I think, before we get into it, I think there was a lot more jerseys I liked last year. This way, it's flipping on the other way slightly, where there's probably a lot more I'm not mad about. Let's get into it. So first up, we're going to start at the bottom. Number 18, Bohemian FC. Absolutely horrendous jersey in my opinion. Looks like something you might get in pennies if you're lucky. Some people say it's like a training top. I'd be doing well to call it a half decent training top, to be honest with you. Now, in fairness, I understand the deal behind it. Let's say it's obviously in memory of Billy Young, so the shirt is inspired by him basically. It was worn 50 years ago by their cup winning team. It was the first kit in Ireland and Britain with a sponsor. So they're gone back to, it's a tribute to that jersey. But I think they could have done it better in a more modern kind of way. If you're walking down the street wearing this jersey, nobody knows, even if they're aware of League of Ireland clubs. Nobody cops it's a Bowes jersey, I don't think. They could have done a modern spin, I think. I'll give you an example. The crest, the way it's ingrained, you don't even see the crest. I think they could have at least put the crest black, let's say, the same way they have the Des Kelly sponsor on it as well. And it's just not great. I know a lot of Bowes fans don't like it either. A lot of people may like it for nostalgia, who maybe were around that time, but apart from that, it's not good. The women's jersey is good, by the way. It's a nice jersey, so maybe buy that one if you're a Bowes fan. But I'm sorry, but Bohemians are getting relegated this season when it comes to home jerseys. Number 17 is St. Patrick's Athletic, another team that's getting relegated along with Bowes. Both clubs have never been relegated before in their history, by the way, but they're getting relegated in the home jerseys for 2026, and it looks like, if anyone's familiar with the old Pro Evolution games, it's like a jersey that was made up and is fake for the purpose of Pro Evolution. They couldn't use the real jerseys. And I've seen it in the shop as well, and sometimes you see the jersey in the flesh, you can change your mind a little bit. No, I'm not changing my mind, this one. This one's without a sponsor. They do have Clune, which makes it slightly look a little bit better. I've seen it with the sponsor as well, but not enough for me. I liked last year's jersey, to be honest with you, but this one, no. I don't know. I just don't like. What do I not like about it? It just doesn't look like real, if that makes sense. It looks cheap, a bit tacky. See the way of the border over the crest. I don't like that. I'd rather just the crest without the border. The little trims at the side, I think, are absolutely pointless, and wouldn't be mad about the collar either. St. Patrick's Athletic are number 17. And number 16, also getting relegated, is Galway United. Not mad about this home one. I think their jerseys over the last few years have been fantastic. By the way, their away jersey is probably, along with Cove Ramblers' away jersey, my favourite two away jerseys of the season. The away jersey is lovely. Check that one out. But just don't like the home one. I know it's O'Neill, so you often get that, but I just feel it gives me the feeling of a Galway GA jersey, to be honest with you. Just looking at it there. I don't know. I often say sponsors can make and break a jersey as well. I don't think the sponsor works in this particular jersey. It just gives me GAA vibes big time, and I just can't get away from that. At number 15, I've got Shelbourne FC. Again, it's probably a bit samey to last year's jersey, which doesn't help it. It's not like this is rotten, like, that kind of way, but just a bit samey from last year. Again, O'Neill's actually. And I think the Chadwicks, I can't get away from the Chadwicks. It just does not help the jersey, that particular sponsor. It doesn't help with the yellow C. I think it's got a yellow kind of a C in it, hasn't it? I just don't like it, to be honest with you. And this is one of those where the sponsor probably makes it look worse than it actually is, being honest with you. A bit samey, as I said, very similar to last year. And they come in at number 15. At number 14, I'm going with Treaty United. And I get the feeling some people might really like this one. I don't, for some reason. Again, a lot going on probably in regards to sponsorship. It takes up an awful lot of the jersey. It's in your face. That's what sponsors want. But, for the jersey purpose, again, it's O'Neill's, by the way. I'm just not mad about it. I don't really like the collar. It's more of a rugby GA style collar as well. Not terrible, but not a big fan of it either. That comes in Treaty United at number 14. And number 13 is Shamrock Rovers. And it's difficult for Shamrock Rovers, I think, releasing a home kit every year or jersey every year, because it has to be hoops. And I've liked quite a few of them in recent years, but this one, it's a little bit darker, isn't it? I think I don't like the dark green and the primary green combo. I think I'd prefer if it was one or the other rather than mixing both together, as you can see a little bit on the sleeves and definitely on the collar. The crest as well is a bit too dark for my liking, to be honest with you. I think you wanted a bit more standy outy. I think maybe a bit more white in it, perhaps. I don't know. It's hard to know, but I think there's a little bit too much going on from my point of view. But again, difficult because you're probably trying to find some creative way of making green and white hoops look a little bit different. So I get it and I get the change. And that's why I have it this high. I'd probably have it lower actually in the list only for that. So where Shamrock Rovers coming in at? They're coming in at number 13. At number 12, we have Cork City, and not terrible, but again falls into the trap of being very similar to last year's top, which I slightly prefer, and I think that was quite relatively high in the list. But again, this suffers from just samey, essentially. Not terrible jersey by any means, and if you've seen it in isolation, you probably think it's nice, and you'd probably have it a little higher up on the list. But for me, again, you see, you have to look at it from this point of view as well. Like, if you were a Cork City fan, you bought the jersey, say, last season, and are you going to go out and pay 70 quid for this one? It's very, very similar. I would say probably not. Cork City coming in at number 12. At number 11, I have Wexford FC. Not bad, this one. There is a sponsor that's going to be on this jersey. They haven't released it yet, but this is the actual jersey here. Not bad. Sometimes the Wexford one can fall into the camp of looking a bit GAA, like particularly when the colours are the same as the GAA team. But I think they do a decent job at least making this look like a football jersey rather than a GAA jersey. The collar helps. I do like the textures here though. Of the bright purple and slightly darker purple, unlike the Rovers where they have slightly darker green with a primary green. This works a little bit better. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, even though it doesn't quite make the top 10. That's at number 11. Now into the top 10, I would say I like all these jerseys, to be honest with you. I probably loved a lot more jerseys than last year. I'd say the top 8 or so I really liked. But Derry City are at number 10 now. They've moved back to the traditional Derry look, which I like, and the candy stripes. And then you got that little bit of black, as you can see in the collar, with the red and the white, and the black, red, white sleeves as well. O'Neill's again, but again, as I said, they've gone back to the traditional Derry look, which I like, and I think sometimes they have to go against the grain, but I know Bows have done that a couple of times as well, so you appreciate it when they go back to their proper look. And Derry City have certainly done this, and I think it's a tidy one. Number 10 though. Speaking of tidy, Sligo Rovers at number 9. Now some people might have this way back because they might think it's a little plain, but in most cases I like simple. So I think there's a lot of simplicity in this jersey. It's a nice jersey, I think. You know, there's not too much bullshit with it, basically. Same color red, no interchanging of different shades of red, basically. Sponsor, I think, blends in okay, to be fair, unlike maybe the Shells jersey, in my view. I like that collar, by the way. I do like that collar, and yeah, no, I think it's another tidy jersey. Sligo Rovers at number 9. Number 8, we have Dundalk. I think I had Dundalk in the top 5 last year, possibly the top 3. Slightly higher in the list, or lower, you could say. We're going the other way. Lower in the list because it's similar to last year's, but last year's was really nice, and this is a version of last year's in a way. Again, if you probably have last year's, do you get this year's? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, but it's a tidy jersey. It's white. It's got a little bit of black and a little bit of red. Not too much. It's obviously a Dundalk jersey, basically, but not too plain at the same time. So yeah, I would like this one. Dundalk are at number 8. Number 7, we have Kerry FC. I think this is a nicer one than last year. I actually like that gold and white, almost like painted stripe coming down on the left-hand side of the jersey. It could go wrong. As I said, normally I like a bit of plain. If that wasn't there, it'd be still a tidy jersey, but it actually works for some reason in my eyes. I'm not sure why. Potentially it could be too much for some people, but for me, I actually like it. I like the design overall. Again, I have to say the sponsor works really well. It's quite subtle with Kerry FC, and yeah, I would say I like this jersey. It's a nice jersey. Kerry FC at number 7. And number 6 of Waterford FC, and I think in the last 3 years it'd be very high in my list. I think they were number 1 maybe in 2025, but and this could be the lowest actually they are. But I do like this jersey. I'm actually wearing it here. It's this particular jersey. They have a new crest as well for this year. I'm not sure. Let me know, Waterford fans, what you think of the new crest. I actually like it. I do like it. It's a variation of an old style, but I like it. And in this one, again, there's a lot going on in many ways. I shouldn't like it. But you've got, obviously, your primary colour blue, but then you've a lighter shade of blue, as you can see, a darker shade of blue here, pretty much navy. And you've got all this zigzag, I should say, stuff going on here. That's the obviously the sponsor as well, which works fine as well. You see the jersey anyway, apart from the one I'm wearing up on your screen too. But I shouldn't like it, but I do like it. I think for some reason everything is subtle. Then again, navy and blue works quite well, I think, and white. I think those combinations work quite well. Whereas with the Rovers jersey, it's just dark green and primary green. I don't think it works well. So a lot going on, but it works well. I think the style of colours help. So Waterford in at number 6, just miss out on the top 5. So on to the top 5, and I have to say Athlone Town. Back to that kind of Internazionale, Inter Milan style, which makes you know it's an Athlone jersey. And look, I've always liked the Inter jerseys and the AC Milan jerseys, so it's no surprise I like this jersey. It's very black and blue, obviously, but black and blue stripes, as you can see, and there's no messing around with it. There's no bullshit with it. It's plain in that sense, but it needs to be, I think. When you're doing stripes like that, it needs to be, it can't be overcomplicated. And look, I've always liked that style, and the colour combination, obviously, you can't go wrong. So Athlone Town, number 5 for me. Speaking of colour combinations that can't go wrong, and Longford Town, similar to an AC Milan jersey. Some people might say similar to a Bowes jersey, but it's actually a bit different, to be honest with you. But again, hard to go wrong with the almost like plain red and black stripes on the jersey. But I like the little bit of white at the side of each as well. Yeah, it works very well. It's like the Athlone jersey, isn't it? Except it's red and black, basically. But you could have flipped these either way. But I just slightly prefer the Longford Town jersey, I have to say. They've done well with this one this year, and they're coming in at number 4. Yeah, number 4. Number 3 is Drogheda United. Hated the Drogheda United one last year. The Croatia jersey, but in the style of Drogheda United, the checkered claret and blue. Didn't like it, didn't work. This one's neat though. This one's neat and tidy. Really like this one. The sponsor blends in well with the jersey, to be honest with you as well. Obviously claret and blue. An awful lot of claret in this particular one, more so than the blue. But again, I like the subtle trim on the sleeves, the blue and white, and the collar. And no, this one's niche. This one's niche. Generally, in the last number of years, their home jerseys have been nice, actually. Last year's didn't like it at all. This one makes the top 3. And number 2 is Finn Harps. The Donegal club have released a very nice home kit for the year. Bang on with the colour blue, I think. Very nice colour blue. They've gone for there. I like the little patterns, the kind of navy-black patterns you get in the jersey as well. Works really well. Again, the sponsor works fine in the jersey. It's a nice balance of plain with design, I think. It's a really good effort and really nice jersey. Finn Harps, number 2, and they'll get a Europa League spot this year. But at number 1 for me, it's claret and blue, and it's Cove Ramblers. Very nice away jersey as well. The away jersey is the exact same design, except flip both colours. Lovely jersey. The sponsor actually blends in well, nice into the design there. If you're looking at it there, is of St. Coleman's Church. So they've got that design within the community and history of the town in their jersey. And it's very difficult to see, but if you look very closely, you can see, like, in the claret part, you can see designs of the church, like glass windows itself. Looks really, really good. Very, very nice jersey. As I said, the away jersey is lovely as well. Away jerseys, probably Galway United away and Cove away. I'll just give it to Galway, I think, just about, to give them something, because I rated them so poorly in this one. But no, they've done a great job on this jersey. It'd be hard to beat. Very hard to beat. I think if you're a Cove Ramblers fan, you buy this jersey, you want to keep it well, and potentially maybe even get 2 to make sure you have, if one gets knackered, of the other one, because that's going to be hard to beat over the years. Lovely colour patterns, and I love the way the history, they've evoked the history of the club, pretty much, the town, within the jersey, and done it absolutely superbly. So for me, Cove Ramblers, number 1, home kit, home jersey for 2026. So guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments as usual. Give us what's the nicest jersey that you think came out in 2026. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out, guys, League of Ireland Fantasy Football as well. I leave the code for the Irish Footy Vlogs League down in the description as well. Once again, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you later.